Conference. In April 2019, you rejected the Growth Commission's sterlingisation proposal in Appendix C. You voted instead that Scotland should start the preparations for our own currency. You wanted that to happen as soon as possible after a vote for independence. The aim was to introduce our new currency as soon as practicable after Independence Day. This recognised the fact that no advanced economy has ever sought to use the currency of another nation. To try to do so would be to start probably the most dangerous experiment in global monetary history. So we need to follow the tried, trusted and safe route taken by almost every country that has become independent, and that is to have our own currency. We will use the Scottish pound and not the English pound. Having a central bank is a key component of having our own currency. It's also a prerequisite for applying to rejoin the European Union. Using sterling rules out any EU membership application. So we must plan for that too. Planning is key. After the Brexit vote, London was in a "what do we do now?" state of total unpreparedness. It would be inexcusable for us to find ourselves in a similar position when we win independence, however that's achieved. We will need to be ready so we hit the ground running. 2 years, or whatever it turns out to be, for a transition to Independence Day will go very quickly. On the currency front, there are things we can do now. One of those is to draft the bill to establish the Scottish Reserve Bank as the new Central Bank of Scotland. That gets us to the point where we're ready to introduce that legislation the day after we vote. Bear in mind, it'll likely take 6 months to be approved by Parliament. The resolution before you is a very truncated version of what Dalkeith Branch submitted. Conference Committee deleted 2/3, namely clauses A to F of the principles for the draft bill. As those are key elements, I'll explain them briefly to you. They are important. Critically, the Reserve Bank will be owned and controlled by the Scottish Government. It will be the monetary authority, meaning that it will create Scottish pounds. It will own the Scottish payment system, and it will be the banker to the state. Vitally, we need to ensure it is under the control of Parliament and answerable at all times to us and our elected representatives. That means things like US-style confirmatory hearings for the appointment of the governor, annual reports, and appearances before parliamentary committees. Accountability is key. That is because as the monetary authority, it will establish and issue the new Scottish currency. It will also set interest rates for lending to commercial banks, and it will work in collaboration with other international central banks. That means it will hold and manage our foreign reserves on behalf of the Finance Ministry. At home, it will maintain the Scottish Government's accounts, and it will provide such loan and overdraft facilities as are required to achieve the government's fiscal policies, such as full employment and a Green New Deal. Lastly, as envisaged by Douglas Chapman MP, it could manage a Scottish sovereign wealth fund if we decided to establish one. The amendment to the resolution provides a forum to discuss those principles, and I would urge you to support that. In nearly 50 talks around Scotland in the last 2.5 years, it's clear to me that you, delegates, know that there is only one choice. That is our own currency. Let us start that process now by voting in favour of the resolution.